First in high definition from the station on your side, this is WAVY News 10.
The 13-year-old Chesapeake boy accused of shooting and killing a 12-year-old girl made his first court appearance today.
Juvenile is charged with manslaughter in the death of Carolyn Walker. Her mother says the boy shot Carolyn in the head during a game of Russian roulette on Geneva Avenue Tuesday night. Then at your side's Ann McNamara has been following this story since it broke. She's live now in the Deep Creek neighborhood. Ann?
Tom, police will not let us see their original report. They say it's part of the investigation, but this family and this community, they want answers. And today we knocked on the suspect's door repeatedly. No one came to the door. The growing pile of stuffed animals will soon be the site of a candlelight vigil for 12-year-old Cece Walker.
She was fashionable. She loved to stare in the camera. She was flashy. She was friendly.
Mom Lisa rushed to the spot Tuesday night only to see her little girl lying on the pavement with a gunshot wound to the head.
But I also feel like she was saying, "Mommy, help me. I'm down here. Mommy, help me. I need your help, Mommy." And I wasn't able to be there.
Police charged a 13-year-old boy with manslaughter. He was arraigned this morning. Details about the appearance are not available because he is a juvenile. 10 on Your Side spoke to the boy's grandmother Wednesday. We asked her, where did he get that gun?
Really, I don't know where it came from. I'm concerned about it myself, but I can't give you any questions about it. Can you please come back later?
Today we came back and knocked on her door 3 different times. No answer. Nearby neighbors are keeping their kids close while they wait for answers.
Now, I just don't want him, go that way, out that way and play anymore.
And the community support stretches outside the complex to the gas station where Cece Smile is asking everyone for donations to help her family get through this.
Friday's tomorrow.
Those donation boxes, they can be found at the 7-Eleven and also at the BP gas stations on Gilmerton Road. And a lot of people interested in services. There will be a candlelight vigil held by the Walker family. That's tomorrow night at sunset. The funeral will be Tuesday. I know a lot of people interested in that information. We've posted it for you on our website, WAVY.com. For now, live in Chesapeake, I'm Ann McNamara, 10 on Your Side.
And that 13-year-old boy charged with manslaughter is set to be in court again February 1st.
Guns on campus. It's a controversial topic, especially in the wake of campus tragedies like the recent shooting death of Virginia Tech officer Derek Krause. He was allegedly shot by a visitor to that campus during a traffic stop. Today, Old Dominion University's Board of Visitors passed a regulation to prevent such a tragedy from happening here. 10 on Your Side, Surrey Crow is live in Norfolk to explain. Surrey?
That's right. ODU and many colleges and universities have banned guns on campus for years, but this summer, State Attorney General Ken Cuccinelli questioned the legality of such policies. Today, ODU's Board of Visitors enacted a regulation to make sure there are absolutely no loopholes in that law.
Shootings have unleashed unspeakable tragedy at Virginia College campuses in recent years, most notably at Virginia Tech. Investigators say campus officer Derek Krause was shot dead by someone with no affiliation with the school. And who can forget the horrific massacre of 2007, when 32 people were killed.
The tech shootings and stuff, if more students were armed, they could maybe put away. If a person's going to bring a gun on campus for harmful reasons, they're going to bring it on whether there's a law or not.
But ODU's Board of Visitors disagrees and today passed a specific regulation banning anyone, even with a concealed carry permit, from bringing a gun on campus. In a statement, quote, the Board of Visitors agreed that the university's long-standing policy regarding weapons on campus should remain, and therefore took action today to enact a regulation that reflects that policy, quote. The State Attorney General had argued that ODU's previous gun ban policy wasn't applicable to visitors without a special regulation. So the board passed one.
I thought it was ridiculous that visitors could carry guns when students come in. It levels the playing field, I guess. Now nobody can have them, so it ultimately makes it safer.
The bottom line here is there are now more teeth behind this. It has the force of law behind it. Obviously, it does not apply to law enforcement officers. Reporting live in Norfolk, Surrey Crow, 10 on Your Side.
Newport News police are looking for the men who robbed a woman in her home at gunpoint. This happened back on January 2nd. Detectives say the woman opened the door on Atrium Drive after the men said they were looking for her boyfriend. 3 children were inside at the time. Police say that Sean Maurice Green is one of the robbers. Detectives need more information, though, to find the other one. So if you can help, call the crime line.
The winds of change are blowing into Hampton roads. Things will be a lot different outside tomorrow.
And, keyword Nicole, wind. Meteorologist Mike Goldberg is here to blow us away with the forecast. Am I giving it away, Mike?
Just a little bit, Tom. Well, we have a changing wind, though. As you said, it is going to go from the southwest around to the west and northwest, so that mild breeze that you feel out there tonight is going to turn into a brisk, cold breeze by tomorrow afternoon. And probably shouldn't use the term breeze, but wind, because it's going to be quite blustery with wind gusts to near 40 tomorrow afternoon. Right now, Super Doppler 10 showing a clear scan, but we have a cold front approaching from the west that's going to bring that change, and that front will probably introduce a few showers into the picture tonight. You can see the clouds starting to gather to our west. They'll move in during the evening, and late tonight, a couple of showers popping on through. Notice the cold air well off to the west in Lexington, Kentucky right now. It is 30 degrees, and that colder air will be settling in. That's the big weather pattern for the next couple of days as we head into the upcoming weekend. For your evening, the clouds increase. Couple of showers later on tonight, probably just after midnight. Notice the temperature change. Mild during the evening, but we're in the 40s by morning. We're going to stay there during the day tomorrow. We'll talk more about your Friday forecast and look ahead to the weekend with my 7-day forecast in just a little while.
The Virginia Beach Police Foundation received a grant to help fund the city's law enforcement memorial. The $10,000 came from the Motorola Solutions Foundation. The memorial will be unveiled this spring at 35th and the Boardwalk to honor and recognize any law enforcement officer who loses their life in the line of duty in the city. The funds will also be used to help the families of fallen officers and to support the Virginia Beach Police Department's training and equipment needs.
Investigators say they've identified 2 of the 4 U.S. Marines who appear in a video from Afghanistan that appears to show them desecrating bodies. We'd like to warn you at this time you might find these images disturbing. The footage could have implications on the war and peace process there. Then on your side, Steve Handelsman has reaction from Washington.
The video is all over YouTube. U.S. Marines standing over what appears to be dead Afghans, urinating on the corpses.
Condemning the deplorable behavior that
Secretary of State Clinton sounded furious.
It is absolutely inconsistent with American values, with the standards of behavior that we expect from our military personnel.
Defense Secretary Panetta ordered an investigation, and tonight Pentagon officials say they know who's in the video. Marines from Camp Lejeune, North Carolina, who returned from deployment last fall. But it's more than just these 4. Who held the camera? Even snapshots of corpses are banned. It looks like a Marine unit with poor discipline and leadership.
And there may be officers and NCOs other than these here who are going to be held responsible.
Like the Abu Ghraib photos that turn many Iraqis against America, the timing of the Afghan video is terrible. U.S. forces and diplomats are stepping up efforts to cut a peace deal with moderate Taliban.
And our role in this is to build confidence-building measures.
Not to shoot videos that insult Afghans.
Deplorable, reprehensible, and unacceptable.
But the story today is on Afghan newscasts. The Taliban says it proves Americans are wild and inhumane. Afghan President Karzai called the video insane. And knowing the damage it's doing tonight, many here agree. I'm Steve Handelsman, NBC News, Washington.
A local teen mom accused of murder. New information about the death of her newborn baby tonight on WAVY News 10 at 5:30.
And one less place to do the grocery shopping for some of you. Which well-known chain is closing local stores?
And a jump in jobless claims. Will break down the latest unemployment numbers and tell you who's hiring 70,000 workers.
You're watching WAVY News 10 at 5 with Tom Shad, Nicole Rivas, and Super Doppler 10 Chief Meteorologist Don Slater.
Foreclosure Foreclosure filings were down 34% last year. During 2011, nearly 1 million homes were facing foreclosure. That's the lowest number since 2007. Experts say one of the biggest reasons for the decline is robo-signing problems. Because of that, this year's foreclosure rate is expected to be higher than last year, but not as bad as the peak in 2010.
But weekly applications for unemployment have jumped. Those holiday jobs are done, and now companies are laying off workers. The Labor Department says those applying for jobless benefits last week went up 24,000 to 399,000. Experts say the number's not surprising, considering unemployment applications usually spike in the first 2 weeks of any new year. And there's a hiring spike at Home Depot. 70,000 seasoned workers are going to be hired for the spring. The home improvement retailer's begun recruiting. Spring is Home Depot's busiest season, and the company says that temporary positions can lead to permanent jobs. Last year, about half of the seasonal hires stayed on in those permanent positions.
A national grocery chain is closing the doors on several local stores. We'll tell you which ones and share reaction from shoppers next.
And take a look at this, a funnel cloud spotted in western North Carolina. You're going to see the aftermath of a night of severe weather.
And weather-wise for us, we've got a big change in the temperature department. Look at all the cold air out to the west. It is coming our way. I'll have your complete forecast in just a couple minutes.
A national grocery chain is closing 126 stores nationwide, including 4 right here.
Belgium-based Delhaize Group says it's shutting down underperforming Bloom, Food Lion, and Bottom Dollar food stores. Bottom Dollars in Portsmouth, Virginia Beach, and Newport News are slated to close. And while it's uncertain yet how many jobs might be lost here, word of the closings is causing concern among customers and employees of the grocery chain. 10 News Side's Art Kahn has been following the story today and joins us now with more. Art, how are customers taking this news?
Well, not well, Nicole. Bottom Dollar offers its customers some name brand products at discount prices. One of the ways it does this is by not providing plastic or paper bags for groceries purchased at the store. What it does provide, however, is a way for consumers to buy food while staying within their budget. The stores being closed are, according to the company that owns them, underperforming. The parking lot at the Bottom Dollar in Portsmouth was nearly empty this morning. But the Virginia Beach store appeared to have a steady flow of customers heading to the parking lot with groceries. None of them happy to hear about the closing of another discount store at a time when money is tight.
The economy is already bad, and we're closing up a discount store where you can get a little bit more for your money. It's really hurting.
Yeah, I think it's bad because we need places to go where our dollars can stretch further.
People that come in here for a reason. You know, shop because people on a budget.
William Bean is a small business owner who depends on discount stores like Bottom Dollar to minimize his expenses.
Because I own a barbecue business and everything, and they have the most reasonable prices and everything. So that's where I come do my shopping. It's really going to impact me a lot.
With 126 stores closing nationwide, a lot of people will be affected by the move.
There's people going to be out of work, more people, competing for less jobs.
The company says the closings will cause 4,900 associates to be displaced and that it will provide severance pay to eligible employees. Delhaize America says it will convert 64 Bloom and Bottom Dollar food stores in Maryland, North Carolina, and Virginia to Food Lion stores. However, it wasn't clear if any of the 4 Bottom Dollar stores in Hampton Roads will be converted. Most employees working at converted stores will continue to work at those locations, but again, at this time, we're just not sure how many or if any of the local stores will be converted. Art Kahn, 10 on your side.
The company says all affected stores will close within 30 days and store conversions will begin immediately.
It came quickly. 15 people were hurt when severe weather rolled through western North Carolina last night. Here's a photo of a funnel cloud near a home in Rutherford County. It looks quite ominous. Heavy winds, rain, and hail in 2 counties.
This is an aerial view of the tornado damage in Burke County. The National Weather Service confirmed the twister today with winds at around 115 miles an hour. The storm destroyed at least 16 homes and damaged 50 others. Power was still out to homes and businesses this morning. What a mess there.
Yeah, and warm today, but we're in for a big change coming. Mike Goldberg.
Weird weather, huh?
Yeah, it's crazy. We're up and down, up and down. That's been the story of this winter, but no extended cold weather. This is going to be basically the most extended period of cold we've had, which is going to be about 3 or 4 days. We're talking about highs in the 40s, lows in the 20s.
Ooh.
Yeah, but still, highs in the 40s, that's about normal, right?
It's above freezing, right?
It's perfectly normal, but it's going to feel really cold out there just because of how warm it has been. We've been in the 60s today, so tomorrow it's going to be some 20 degrees lower. Tower Cam shows a beautiful shot out there this evening. It's another spring-like day across Hampton Roads, but things are going to be changing. The mild, gusty breezes this evening are going to turn into brisk, cold winds tomorrow, and that chilly weather is going to last through the weekend. We will, however, be dry. We don't have any major storms on the horizon, just a cold front that will be coming on through tonight that will likely bring a couple of showers. Notice it's 59 here, but out to the west, it continues to drop rapidly. Lexington, Kentucky, 28, Chicago, 26, and temperatures out here in the central U.S. in the teens, and that colder air mass will be sliding off to the east tonight behind this cold front that is sparking some showers right now. About to enter the Commonwealth here in western Virginia, and they'll likely get here very late tonight. We're not looking for a lot of rain, but a couple of passing showers that will likely be just after midnight until about 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, and then the front sweeps off the coast and gusty winds in its wake during the day tomorrow. Here's a closer view. Clear skies from Hampton Roads down through northeast North Carolina all the way up to the eastern shore. Things are quiet now, but the clouds are already starting to increase here in central Virginia around Richmond, and those clouds will be coming right down I-64 this evening and thickening up, producing a couple of showers late tonight. 54 at the beach. It's 56 in Newport News, 59 in Suffolk. Temperatures still hovering near 60 through a good chunk of our area. Even up on the eastern shore, it's pretty warm at 54 degrees. But as I mentioned, things are going to be changing. Future track shows through the night the clouds come in, and late tonight that cold front again coming in from the west will spark a couple of showers. This is about 2 o'clock in the morning. Then the showers depart very quickly. Skies clear out for the morning drive tomorrow. The only problem will be those brisk winds that could be gusting up to around 40 miles an hour at times. We're expecting sustained winds anywhere from about 15 to 25 miles an hour. So a very blustery day on the way for tomorrow. We'll see a few clouds passing on by from time to time, but all in all, a nice looking day. You're just going to be dealing with that wind out there driving across the entire region. Into Saturday morning, the wind should diminish, and we should see plenty of sunshine during the day on Saturday. Looks like a really nice day coming up then. Overnight tonight, a couple of showers late in northeast North Carolina. Temperatures by morning in the upper 30s around Ahoskie to the lower 40s at Nags Head. Lower 40s along the coast here across south side, some upper 30s inland. Look at that wind starting to gust out of the southwest. Will be shifting to the west tomorrow morning as that colder air comes in. A couple of passing showers on the peninsula with temperatures in the upper 30s to lower 40s by morning, and pretty much the same story up here across the northern neck and eastern shore. That cold front comes through during the morning hours. And your 7-day forecast shows the big change. Blustery and chilly tomorrow, and tomorrow night we head down into the 20s. Afternoon highs this weekend only in the lower 40s. We'll start to moderate early next week, get back into the 50s on Tuesday with a couple of showers. That's the latest on our forecast.
All right, thanks, Mike. We want to take some breaking news now. Take a look through the WAVY traffic jam cams. We have a problem here on I-664 North. The ramp to Military Highway is closed.
This is at the Route 58 interchange in Chesapeake. We were told a tractor trailer overturned. You can't see it from this shot, but you do see a vehicle sitting at the ramp, closing it off to traffic, so you'll have to find an alternate route. I-664 North, the ramp, the Route 58 interchange closed because of an accident. Well, the World Wide Web, it's entering a whole new domain. We'll tell you about a pretty big change next.
A medical mistake caught on tape. A human organ headed for the operating room ended up on the street. Find out if this heart-dropping moment impacted the surgery tonight at 5:30. The internet, as we know it, will soon be a thing of the past. You can say goodbye to websites that end in .com, .net, or .org. Starting today, you can apply to change your web address to .whatever. For example, a tire company might like the address that ends in .tires. While some say the change is overdue, others are concerned it will cause a lot of confusion.
Now you're going to have to remember the something, the dot, and what comes after it, which you may have never heard before. So it seems to have pluses and minuses. I don't think it's possible to say this is a good thing or a bad thing, but it definitely is going to be a different thing.
The competition for the same domain between businesses in the same industry is expected to be fierce and expensive. The highest bidder gets the name, and it's $185,000 just to apply for the new web address.
A guy like me will have a hard time remembering all those domains. All right, internet addicts appear to have the same brain abnormalities that compare to those with drug problems. Wow. While we're talking about the internet, researchers looked at brain scans of 17 men and women who had out-of-control internet use. They found big changes in the part of the brain that's linked to decision-making and cognitive control. Now, Preview research found similar brain changes among drug and alcohol addicts.
Something shattered on a California street.
I was walking across the street when I heard a crash, and I looked back, I thought it was a car wreck.
We'll show you what came crashing down 8 stories and why some people who work in this building feel very lucky.
And get ready to see a big jump in those advertised airfares. Why the cheap tickets you're used to spotting will soon be a thing of the past.
Test check 1, 2, 3, 4.
Like who? Hello.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, the sky wasn't falling in California, but parts of a skyscraper did fall in Sacramento. That was the second piece that came crashing down 8 stories. No one was hurt, but some workers feel they escaped a dangerous situation.
That's where we all stand at break time. So yes, it is a big concern. If it hadn't been after break or a little bit earlier, we would have been standing there.
And this happened before. Another pane of glass fell from the same building in 2005. Crews discovered 2 other panes were cracked. Architects determined a heat wave caused the problem. Then they're trying to figure out what caused the glass to fall yesterday and what needs to be done. Stay with us. WAVY News 10 at 5:30 starts right now.